Let's hear a little bit from the head coach, Kyle Shanahan.
Any of the injuries sustained tonight expected to be anything that lasts a period of time?
Yeah, Buckner had an ankle. We got to find out more about it. I'm not sure whether it was high or low, so we got to find more about him fast. I know Burbridge had a hammy. I don't know the severities of it, but I know he wasn't good enough to come back in the game. Blair hurt his groin. Don't know the severities of that either. I don't think it's anything too serious. And Porter went out with his quad. All right, all about the same. I got to find more out on Buck with his ankle, though.
Did you get a report on Solomon? It looked like the medical staff was going to work on his neck. Or
I didn't. They never told me anything about him, so I didn't see that.
It wasn't the same ankle that he was dealing with.
I don't know if it was the same. They said it could be different, but all I heard was it could be.
Kyle, it's tough after a preseason game to know what there are any big takeaways, but there were 17 penalties. I assume as the head coach, you're like, okay, that's one thing that we're not going to tolerate.
Yeah, 131 yards of penalties is tough to overcome. Yeah, that was frustrating throughout the game. Expected a little bit going into the first preseason game, but definitely was disappointed with that much. We've had him in practice too. Something to just talk to the team about. Something we got to definitely get better at and clean up on Monday.
Overall, again, being preseason, what are you better or worse than you thought? Or great expectations?
No, I didn't really go into it with exact expectations. I just want to see how guys played, and I was happy with the guys, how they battled. To get a win is important. I don't care where it is. I was glad the guys fought through and got a win. I was glad the way we played in the second half. It was frustrating how we started out, especially the offense. You get that first third down, and it's called back because of a penalty. Then you're in a non-manageable third down, so you end up going 3 and out. Next time we got it after that turnover, you'd like to score, especially with Richard getting to us, I think, close to the red zone. Had a 3rd and 5. I think we came up short just going to Curley right there. That was really the rest of their day. And the defense just giving up that big go right at the beginning, especially in a coverage we need to stay on top on. What I was happy about with Richard was that he came back and got a pick. But definitely some stuff we can clean up.
Is that they went after Richard a fair amount? Obviously that's what he can expect.
Yeah.
Probably he was not his greatest performance. What was your assessment of that?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt they came after him early. Richard, I've gone against him before. He's aggressive, and if you don't back him up, he's not going to back up. And they went after him early, and it was a good thing that they did on their standpoint because he wasn't backing up, and they made him change that. And we got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
How did it go for you, Kyle, just being in a new role and on the sideline, or you got the play sheet, and you also kind of have to see what the defense is going to peak every once in a while?
Yeah. It's a work in progress. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was the same as usual, calling plays and doing everything I've done down there. But it definitely was different. Trying to carry all those thoughts with offense and then having to peek up at the score, having to watch the time, having to watch the defense. I think some series I bet did it better than others. Also, with so many guys subbing in and out, having to pay attention to how long we're keeping them in and things like that. It was definitely a challenge, but I enjoyed it. Glad we got 3 more of them, and hopefully I'll get better at it each week.
Ruben and Solomon both played a lot. Was the plan going in? Why was that?
We wanted them to play more than the other starters, but we didn't want them to play as much as they did. We had some injuries that happened in the game. I know when Blair went out, we had to get Solomon back in for a little bit. I know the injuries we've had at linebacker too over the last few days with, I think the two new linebackers we brought in have only been here for a couple practices. They went out a couple times in the game too. We were trying not to have them in too long, so that kept Ruben out there a little bit more. We wanted them to play a lot because they're rookies and we wanted them to get on the field, but they had to go a little bit more than we expected because of the injuries.
Did that catch your attention on the sideline?
Yeah, I noticed him big on 2 plays. There was one I looked up, and I thought he just had a little bit of hesitation where I thought he could have killed a guy. Not literally, but hit him physically. And I'll see on the tape if that was right, but I thought he hesitated a little bit, and it was good to see. I looked up again later the next quarter, and I thought he had the same look, and that was when he had 0 hesitation. I thought he just ran right through a guy and took him to the sideline. So the little that I did see of the defense, I was impressed with him, and I'll be able to tell you a lot more after I get on this plane.
All right, so that's the coach praising his defense, and one thing I liked is I could tell he likes Rashard Robinson a little bit, and he likes the fact that he didn't get too down when he got burned that first series, and then he came back and got the pick. Here's a little bit of the first series here. First play of the game, Jeremy, he's burned.
Just ran right by him. I mean, that's and the defense they're in, they're really taught to stay on top of this and don't let that happen to them.
Later on, we saw the good Robinson here catching that pick.
Well, you know, that's obviously it ends up being a great play, and he had a great run back. But I mean, he was behind the receiver, and it kind of bounced to him. It wasn't like he jumped a route and made a spectacular defensive play to go get that pick. Now, the result is obviously what we're looking for always. Turnovers on defense wins games, but it wasn't a stellar defensive play that ended up in a turnover by the defense.
You have one of those games where
hey, I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. Because you can be good and have bad luck.
Absolutely.